Hi, my name is Nerida Hyatt. I'm one of the lecturers based in Bendigo at the La Trobe Rural Health School. So this mini lecture is to highlight one way virtual environments are important and can be utilised in occupational therapy. And I'm going to convince you of their importance to current and future occupational therapy practice. So this example is taken from my doctoral research, which involves studying community participation and how and why communities participate in different contexts. So this research involved completing two different case studies, one with a predominantly urban community with a Canadian food security network, and one with a community in a small rural town in northwestern Victoria in Australia. So in this research, I explored and analysed how occupational therapists could practice with clients who were communities and population groups, rather than traditional practice in occupational therapy, which is usually just working with individuals. So part of my research findings involved looking at virtual environments and the benefits of these, and how virtual environments are used for community participation by the Canadian communities. So virtual environments were used by the Canadian communities to support community participation and to get people involved in the different initiatives that they ran. So in the Canadian case study, I found that they use social media and online spaces for participation, including Twitter, Facebook, Vimeo and YouTube, websites, and blogs such as WordPress. So let's have a look at the virtual environment created by one of the organisations, Food Secure Canada, which has been created to support people's participation in a number of community activities, including community gardening, urban agriculture projects, food and environmental activism, school food programs such as breakfast groups, and different cultural food activities and events. So I'm going to share the screen and show you the online space that they used. Okay, so this is the main webpage for Food Secure Canada. You can see it's very colourful and inviting, and they're advertising their different events. If you scroll down, you can see they've got options to become a member, join Facebook. This is actually the blog section of their webpage, and they're advertising a recent event and has some information about this. So you can see a large number of people participated in this event and have used the online space to find out information about it and to see the outcomes. These are the different issues that they discussed at the event. And this is a national food network. So Canada is a very big country, so it provides them with an opportunity for people in different parts of the country to come together and participate together around food security issues that they find are important to them. Okay, so that is the blog section of their webpage. Let's have a look at their main homepage. This is the main homepage. So you can see they've got all different things, information about who they are, information about getting involved in their different policy campaigns and with advocacy issues, the different communities that form part of their broader network, so things like the Youth Network, Indigenous Circle, Northern and Remote Food, Healthy School Food Program. This part of their webpage has information resources so that they can use, people in their network can use them for education programs, and the link to their blog, newsletters, and then the calendar of events and different issues. Okay, now let's have a look at their Facebook page, which is, I suppose, a platform where people can communicate with each other a bit more easily. There might be something that you know how to use. So you can see information about where they are located. Quite a number of people have liked their page, 7,785, so quite a large number of people. Sharing photos, and then people commenting and communicating with each other. People publicising information, and yeah, joining discussion about food issues. So that's how they use the Facebook page. They also use Twitter. So again, Twitter is using microblogging to send out information messages to people who are following them on Twitter. So you can see via their Twitter page, you can see the information that they're sending out, and then people in their network engage with this by liking it or retweeting it or replying using the reply function. It's just another virtual space they're using to support people's participation with their programs. Okay, and then back to the blog. Right, very good. So, in my research, looking at the virtual environments, I analysed how they were used and found out to think about how occupational therapists could use them. So my research findings, so in addition to the physical environment in which the communities met face-to-face to do the different occupations that they shared, they also engaged and participated online using the virtual spaces, such as the ones that I've showed you. So the purpose of these virtual environments was to communicate messages and factual information about food, nutrition and health, share organisational details such as the location of the different spaces that they used and their contact information. They also used these virtual environments to create a really positive public profile, which they hoped would attract members and donors for fundraising. They also shared event details on their virtual spaces and in their websites, but also the outcomes of the different events, which was helpful for community members to see where their participation contributed to the group's objectives. They also created spaces that enabled them to communicate and discuss the different food issues with each other. So like peer-to-peer communication spaces, such as what you saw on Facebook. They also have discussion forums and there's spaces to comment on blogs. So based on the findings of this research, I recommended that OTs can create and or support the design and maintenance of virtual spaces that promote community participation in shared and valued community occupations, such as community gardens. So I hope you've enjoyed learning about one way that we can utilise virtual environments in occupational therapy. Thank you for listening.